Capricorns, welcome, welcome. Hope everybody is doing good. Woo! Already getting cards thrown at me. My name is Patty. I'm here to do your intuitive tarot along with some astrology and numerology. And we are doing this for the week of the 24th through the 30th of May. We're almost to the end of the month, guys. This is going to be a challenging week for everybody because not only do we have a full moon, we have a super full moon, we have a lunar eclipse, and we have 3 retrogrades happening, Mercury, Saturn, and Pluto. So this is going to be real challenging times. Doesn't mean they're going to be bad times. This could be a really good turnaround for a lot of people, but you're really going to have to pay attention, be aware of a lot of things that are happening around you, and we'll go through those on the 26th when I do the full moon reading. I haven't set the time yet, so you'll probably have to subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll know when I'm on. But I do have a few other things going on, which I have done some uploads for you. If you just go to the uploads, you'll see those for updates. I am doing dailies again for another couple of weeks just to see if this is something that people like. Need more comments if you do like it and want me to keep them going. Just don't be hesitant to like, or just say, hey, these are fun. I like them. Keep them going. Because after a couple of weeks, if I don't get a lot of turnaround from it, I will pull them again for a while. All right, so let's get started. This is the first oracle is the Divine's Oracle. And for many of you that are returning, know that this is divine driven and divine guided. So the first card, the first oracle, is the Divine's. Second card is the current energies. And the third card is the future energies, which is usually for the planets right now. It is a process that we're going through. So for a couple of more months, this energy is going to be strong. Because we're in a reset. It's not over yet. COVID's not done. It's not over. So we're definitely in a reset. All right. So let's get started with what the Divine has to say. Okay. So his card out is the mystery. He is a mystery, isn't he? Not really. If you really know him, he actually has everything in good. He has everything for our good. But it is about our potential and ambition. So a lot of people don't have faith and trust in the second dimension. Second dimension is where we can't see. So this is something that you really want to maybe focus in on, in trusting the unseen and what might be going on behind the scenes, because a lot of the times what we can't see, it is a mystery. We don't know what is happening. It's sort of like when a seed is planted in the earth. We can't see it growing. We can't see it forming roots. We can't see it doing anything underneath there. But before you know it, it does pop up and it does have some greenery. And so then the mystery is solved. There's a plant coming up there. So our lives are sort of they're like a mystery. However, things are happening that we cannot see in the second dimension. So we just have to be faithful, mindful, be patient, and wait. And that is the number 7, which is about your potential and ambition. So keep focusing in on your potential, whatever it is. We all have potential in something. We all have an ambition about something. So whatever that little passion is burning in there, maybe focus in on that a little bit this next week, because the next card is on focus. Okay, so this focus is also the energy for the number 6 for numerology, and that is to bring harmony and improvement. Okay, so it's supposed to improve this ambition and potential that you have going. Focus in on it, because this is to bring you more harmony, more improvement of self. Not for others, but for you. A lot of the times we want to improve ourselves for somebody else. Oh, but I want to dress up and make him think, I look pretty or sexy or whatever. So you're doing it for somebody else, but you got to do it for yourself. Whatever it is that you want for yourself, you have to spread that ambition and love. You have to grow it. So, like for horses, if you want to learn how to ride horses, you got to have that passion, and that you've got to find some horses to go ride or release or whatever. And you got to find people that are in it. So that is something, just a hypothetical. All right. Because I'm into horses. What am I saying? I'm actually having detox. I need to go be around some horses. I haven't been around mine now that he's been gone for a while, and I am having detox. I've got to go get a horse energy. I've really just got to go get a horse energy. My girlfriend has a the summer camp, and I think I'm going to go volunteer with that so that I could just be around those horses. Anyway, future energy is the bee. I don't believe in luck. I don't believe that we have luck. I believe that there is divine interventions in our life. But the bee is industrious and has a sweet victory, because as you work hard, you focus, you work that passion, that ambition, there's always a reward at the end. Always a reward at the end. Now, whether you pay attention to what that is, it might not be a monetarily reward, but it may be a reward of some type. That could be just joy. I love what I do. It just makes me feel so good. I love sharing information. I love making things, whatever it is. This is the joy. This is, again, the number 7 for harmony and improvement. It amazes me how the Divine's card and the future card are always the same as numbers. It's not always, I should say most of the time are the same. I think that's very interesting, because if you look at this card and I say it's usually the planets, they are the energy, right? Numerology has been around for thousands and thousands of years, but the thing is that the energies have been around for billions of years. It's amazing. It just blows my mind when they talk about the earth and they say how many billions of years old it is. It's just like, I cannot even fathom. We're just a little granule of sand. Can you imagine that in this time? And time is really an illusion anyway. So let's get going. So really pay attention, focus, work hard at whatever you want, your desire, you love to do. It is going to be a challenge this week because which planet is it? Saturn's retrograde is going to be sort of judgmental. There's going to a lot of people be sort of like thinking, oh, well, you want to do that? Really going to do that? That makes no sense. That's sort of stupid. Why would you do that? Sort of judgmental attitudes. Forget them. Like I was telling my daughter, she's on vacation, and she was like, yeah, I got to come home and think about things. And I'm like, yeah. She goes, and I'm like, I can't even remember what she was saying. She goes, something about society. And I said, screw society. Do what you want to do. Do what you love. As long as it's in love and light, do what you want to do. Screw society. Who cares what anybody else thinks? Because they're not living in your journey. They're not walking in your journey. And at the end of the day, when you get ready to pass on, they're not going to be there. They don't care. They're worried about their own life. So that's what I give the advice to anybody, is you have to walk in your own journey, your own shoes, and screw everybody else, because the thing is, you cannot live in somebody else's shoes. And until you walk a mile in their shoes, don't even say anything about their life, because some people couldn't even walk a mile in my shoes. Trust me, they just couldn't walk a mile in my shoes. They couldn't even walk 10 feet in my shoes. Trust me, my life has been one interesting journey. All right, so let's see what else we've got here. So we have I figured you'd come up. So we have the King of Cups, Emperor. We have the 2 of Cups, and we have the 4 of Swords. Lots of cups here, which would make sense. So the King of Cups, the Emperor, the 2 of, and then we have the Ace of Cups, cups. Boop. And then we have the 5 of Wands, of course. The 5 of Wands, always about standing up and fighting and believing in what you want to do. But the King of Cups, like I said, this is going to be a challenging week. So the King of Cups is there. And he knows that all the stuff is going on around him, the distractions, the frustrations, the challenges. But again, as I said, don't worry about society, just worry about what you want and what you are trying to do for your journey. So what that is best saying is focus in on yourself. Put those blinkers on, like on the horse that's on the racetrack. You put those blinkers on and you just pay attention. There is a elder type of energy around that is trying to give some advice or trying to help you learn something or bring something together. There is also, looks like maybe a unity of somebody coming together as well. And there might be some struggles with a relationship that they're just having struggles and they're leaning on somebody elder about that. That's the number 4. They're trying to get some stability back in their relationship because it seems to have separated a little bit. And so they're trying to get some, maybe they're going to, excuse me, I had a protein shake just a little bit ago. They might even be going to a pastor or somebody spiritual, a guide, to help them, or they might be going just to a coaching or counseling kind of a thing, because it sort of has fallen apart. And again, with these retrogrades and challenging times, it is about trying to be a challenge to bring things back together. However, it can be done. It can be done because we have the number 4 bringing stability back and rest, and we've worked and we've done it, and we made it through, because then there's the offering of peace, there's offering of love. This is unconditional. Hi, Sky. Welcome, welcome. I'm just reading your thing. I'll definitely answer that here in a few minutes. All right, if something comes in the meantime, but I want to get through the reading so people that want to not have questions can go on with their day. So let me answer that here in just a minute. So the thing is, there is going to be some peace and love and joy brought back into the relationship. It is going to take work. Because like I said, with the 3 retrogrades and the full moon, it is going to be some time to work on this together. The mystery, there is no mystery. Divine is just saying, this is going to take hard work. Are you ready? It's very clear. There's no mystery to it. The divine is saying is it is going to take work. Now, when you go through this process, whatever, there's going to be a little bit of kickback. There's going to be a little like, I never said that. He said that. She said that. A little bit of standing up for themselves, because as I read in one of the other, was it Virgos? No, it was Tauruses, that it's about perspective. So if we look at somebody else's perspective first in any conversation or anything that we do, if you have not seen my effective communication video, you can find out this more in that video. However, if we look at somebody else's perspective first, when we start thinking and talking to them, whether it's work, whether it's lovers, whether it's friends, whether it's whatever, look at their perspective first. Because we already know our perspective. We already know where we're coming from. We already know our own opinion on this matter. But the thing is, if we understand their perspective first, then we are taking ourselves out of the equation, because we already know us. We want to understand why they're coming to that analysis or understanding of why they're thinking that way. So if somebody says, you know what, nope, I'm never going to do that, never going to do that. I'll give a hypothetical. I want to go skydiving, and they're like, nope, I'll never do that, never do that. And I was like, well, why not? This is, something I would like them to do with me. Nope, never. And they get angry or something happens. And so I said, well, can you, share why, or your perspective on why you wouldn't want to do that? Maybe deep down past years and years ago, maybe somebody died in a skydiving accident. And so they have a fear. So then you find out a little bit of history, you find out a little bit of background, you find out a little bit of fear, where their fears come from. You can learn a lot from learning somebody's perspective before trying to bring in your story or talk about your story, that kind of a thing. So this is where it's going to be a challenge this week, but you're going to have a lot. You're going to bring something really close to you guys. Somebody's wisdom is going to bring that to you. Okay. That's funny. I just heard, yeah, it's your wisdom. No, this is not my wisdom. This is Divine's wisdom. All right. So let's see what else we've got going on for this week. Yeah, this is definitely a learning week. This 3 of Pentacles has shown up twice already. This is definitely a learning week. It's a teaching week. This is a pay attention and awakening week. This is going to be, yeah. Ooh, and we have the Hangman in reverse. Woo. So somebody is definitely not paying attention. What's going on around them. Okay. It's almost like somebody is going to shut down. Somebody is going to shut down to this idea of understanding somebody else's perspective. It's like, nope, They're almost so stubborn and prideful that they're just like, nope, my way or the highway kind of thinking, which is going to keep them stuck. And that is really, really a hard person to be around. And especially if you're trying to have a relationship with somebody like that, then that means they're closed to growth and they're closed to change. So that concerns me because there's going to be a lot more arguing with that person. The joy and the peace will actually, it will go just like this. You'll have peace and joy and think it's all great, and you're getting to know each other, and then you're going to end up arguing more and more and more. And the only lesson is going to be learned is the person that you wished you would have never met them. Sadly, I hate to say that, but yeah, when you come against pride, you come against arrogance, you come against low vibrations, you come against low energies. And those energies, you don't want to sit there bucking them. If they're not going to change, then you just need to go. You just need to go. All right. I hope that wasn't my doctor's office. I'm having trouble getting hold of my doctor. They keep coming in with a phone number that's scam. All right. There we go again. Another offering of the swords, Ace of Swords. This is about truth. Not your truth, not somebody else's truth, but divine truth. And that is about love. Love, compassion, empathy, kindness, definitely. Come on. We've got the Four of Cups. So we've got an array of numbers here. Something new, definitely a new offering, something very new, something really, it's just going to feel really uncomfortable at first. Somebody is thinking way too much about this individual that is so prideful. We got the you can't even see a new offering. So this person we've got the Hangman, the Ace of Swords, and then we have the Four of Cups. So somebody's paying way too much attention to this person with pride. You know what? It may be that they're good looking. They may have really good qualities, but you know what? It's sort of like when you look at somebody, they're beautiful. They have this beautiful package and they open their mouth and all this nonsense and foolishness comes out. And you don't want that because that's what the foolishness is, what the heart is. The package is deceiving, but the heart is what you're going for. Okay. Yeah. We have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups. So it can end if you really take the focus off on the problem or take the focus again in the right direction, then you're going to come up with the acknowledgement. You're going to have a celebration. A couple of friends are going to say, yeah, you did it. And this is the sweet reward. That it's all going to come to an end with a sweet reward because this is a mindset, guys. This is a mindset. Some people can stay focused and go all the way to their goal. Those are the people that are worldly successful with money and good jobs and, whatever that is, that is first dimensional, money, houses and all that kind of stuff. That's where they focus. That's where it is. And nothing dissuades them from that. And that's sort of the mindset that you have to get with the second dimension. It's like you're going to love, you're going to care, you're going to have empathy and compassion and all that kind of stuff. And you're going to share and you're going to pay it forward and you're going to volunteer. That's, people don't focus in on that anymore. They just don't. They focus in on the material world and don't really give a crap about when they pass on. I have firsthand experience of talking to my mother after she passed on and my brother and know there is more to life than there is here. I've had poltergeists. I've had spirits in my house. I know there is more to life than here. So when people only worry about this worldly crap and stuff and that you can't take with you, that goes away. That goes away. You know, so this mystery actually becomes clear once you understand there's more to life than just here. And that's where your focus needs to be or should be. All right. So there's a lot going on here, guys. I will say that the energies are really heavy because they're very intense with the moon. You're going to start feeling these energies coming in around the 23rd through the 26th, and then they're going to stay strong 26th, 27th, and then they're going to dissipate, you know, a little bit more each day. However, just be ready to be awakened and know that things are going to happen in those days, and just pick your battles wisely. Be mindful of who you're trying to, you know, understand, and try to get somebody else's perspective before you get all hot-headed and all that kind of stuff, because it's going to happen. And this is the industrious part, because if you start to awaken and figure yourself out from that, you're going to have the reward at the end of these retrogrades of being more at peace. And that'll be a really good thing. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to wealth, and then I'm going to go to health, and then I'm going to go to love and relationships. And if I need any clarification on that, then I will. All right. So we have, for wealth, we have the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is definitely about, remember, give and take. It's about balance, about sharing and not sharing and that kind of a thing. So somebody's wealth is in that balance. It is in the second dimensional balance. It is about giving and taking and sharing and that kind of a thing. So maybe somebody volunteers. This is your wealth. Now, somebody says, well, what do you mean by wealth? It's all money? No, it's not all money. Your wealth could be your family. That your family's happy and joyful. Could be that your wife or husband is happy, and that's the happy and the joyful things in your life, and that's your wealth. It could be anything. It could be volunteering for, you know, missions and things like that. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be monetarily. It could be, oh, you know, I want a house, I want this or that. That's worldly. So you're looking at two different worlds here. You're looking at worldly versus spiritual. So whatever your wealth is, definitely is coming. So make sure that you bring a balance, that you just don't take, and maybe not pay it forward a little bit. You know, it's very, very rewarding to pay forward, even if it's $1. You know, maybe there's an elder woman that needs help, or, you know, didn't have enough change or whatever in her purse in the grocery line, and throw out some change. Or maybe there's, you know, somebody that just needs help getting into their car, you know, something like that. So pay attention to that this week, because it's going to be hard to really accomplish that with the retrogrades going on. So for your health, we have the star. Beautiful. So we're looking for balance in our health. Now, when we talk about balance in our health, we're talking about our brain. Our brain is part of our body, as well as our body itself. But balance, what is balance? Balance is mind, spirit, and body. Because when you release the stress in life itself, then you're actually balancing the three together. Because the body is the last thing. It's sort of like a shock absorber. So we start with our thought process. Well, we're supposed to start with our process with our spirit. Our spirit tells our mind what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, what we want to do, what our purpose, what our calling is, what our passions are, what our desires are, and on and on and on and on. However, our head gets in the way because our head is earth, and then we change things around and life becomes a mess. Okay? But sometimes our head will tell our body what to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say. So if my heart says, I need to lose weight and I need to cut sugar out. Oh, okay, I'll do that. But then my head is saying, man, you can have that piece of chocolate. Not a problem. You can start this diet tomorrow. This is our head talking to us. But our heart is saying, you know what, really need to lose weight for your health. Forget it. I'll just eat this today and I'll start tomorrow. And then you eat it. So your body reacts to whatever this thing is telling it, and it fights the heart. So that's what it's saying. Get balance, get your thought process right, in the right place so that your body can react the way it's supposed to. Love and relationship, Two of Swords. So remember in the very beginning, there was a decision. There's a mystery. This is a decision that somebody needs to make. This is where the mystery is. And the thing is, you're not focused on the right things. In this relationship or love or whatever it is that you're focused on the wrong thing. And the thing is, what to focus in on is the actual heart and the spirit of the matter, not what people are telling you, not what people say they are. Oh yeah, she's not really a good person, he's not really a good person. Oh man, why would you go out with somebody like that? Why would you do something like that? Why would you take that job? What a stupid job. It's less money. But what your heart is telling you, you know that there's something more to come, and you just need to eliminate people from your process so that you can actually have a process from divine to you. And that process is going to bring you rewards because you're now on a different plane. You're talking to somebody who knows and can see the big picture. So pay attention to that, and you'll be able to make your decision. Now, if you're asking to marry somebody and you're nervous about that, should I, should not, then you're not ready to ask them, because if you really wanted to ask somebody to marry you, you would know in a heartbeat, I want them in my life, and I could not have them outside my life. Oh yeah, well yeah, maybe I could, maybe I couldn't. Here's the thing, picture yourself that maybe unfortunately they passed on. How are you going to feel if they are completely out of your life? If you're like, oh my gosh, I got to have them in my life, then that's the person for you. If you can imagine never seeing that person again, how are you going to live without them? That really, I did that with a girlfriend and her son. She complained about her son and all the wrong things that he did. And I said, I said, how would you feel if he was never in your life ever again? And you would never see him again? And she was like, man, I don't know if I could do that. Well, that's what you need to picture, because that's what you're saying that you want to do. So sometimes we let our words speak before our heart and our mind, and that is dangerous because words become into actions. You bring words to life. All right. Sky, are you still there? Because I can answer your question now. Just let me know that you're still there and I'll answer your question. But don't forget, we do have a reading, a full moon reading on the 26th. And that is, I'm not sure what time that is, so you want to subscribe, hit the bell. And if we also have day readings now, and those will be on for another couple. Okay, so there will be daily readings here. There's little 1-minute readings to inspire you and help you to get your day started. Those are divine readings. I pray before I do those and have him pick the cards and give you some inspiration for that day. So the 26th, just subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll see me pop on. I'm going to try to do a thumbnail for you guys. I just got a lot going on for the next couple of days, and then I'll bring it on. So, all right. So for those of you, if you do have questions, you can ask now. And then if not, I hope to see you on the next reading. All right. All right. So what we got going, Sky? I'm new and I hope you're doing well. Thank you. My question is, I have been seeing someone's birthday number for a while now, and in other signs like 44 and 222. What does that mean? And also the person I have had are ups and downs with them. So if you see these numbers, especially 4 and 4, those numbers have to do with stability. So something's not stable and balanced. So needing to bring that back in order. It depends on what the numbers are in their birthday. But what I'm looking at with these two numbers, there needs to be more of a focus on this 222, because it's 3 times it's done, 3 times you've seen it. So anytime you hear or see a number more than, you keep seeing more and more of that number. Like today, this is like the 4th time I have seen the Four of Cups card come up for wealth. So I need to meditate on that. And why is it that I'm seeing the number 4 for wealth? Is it telling me something, or is there something I need to be sharing with somebody out there? So I need to pray and meditate on that today to find out why I keep seeing this Four of Cups, because the cups is about the heart, and the number 4 is definitely about stability. And the Four of Cups is also about depression and anxiety and thinking about something way too much. So that is why, like, for example, if you keep seeing something over and over, there is a big message in there. So on this 4-4 and this 2-2-2, personally, I would think of the 2-2-2 because that you could add those together and that would be 6, right? And that is about harmony and improvement. Okay, so you've got to look at this in two things. The number 2 is about bringing something together or separating. And it's either to bring that partnership together or separate it. Okay, so that means the number 2, there's a partnership coming on here, but there's a harmony that's not working out because it's becoming unstable. The number 4 is about instability, but it is also about a progress in that, because if you put those two numbers together, that's the number 8. So I would say before I even read that, you're having ups and downs because things are not stable. And that is a communication issue. And if you have time, if you watch the effective communication, that may help. Also, the video on love, because a lot of the times we misunderstand people, and in relationships, especially if you're doing the 2, you got 2 of for the lovers and the relationships today. We don't understand each other's love language or how each other's brains work. A female's brain is different chemically, and it's the way it is wired is different than a male's brain. So a male's brain does not think and process like females, so we have a lot of problems if we don't learn how to communicate and come together with that. Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, I mean, because if you're having a relationship in and out, and you're not married or anything like that, it's usually not gonna last. Yeah, it's usually not gonna last. 16 7. Yeah, and again, that's about, yeah. So that's just something, though. And I would say too, if people are single out there and you're in the United States, I'm old school, but there is a gentleman who wrote many books, and he is online a lot, and you can ask him questions, but you can also watch a phenomenal amount of videos. He does go into the biochemistry of the brain a little bit, but he is very much a relationship coach about men and women and how to communicate and relate and talk about sex and intimacy and things like that, because that's a real touchy subject for a lot of people. But Dr. John Gray, now you might have heard of him. He's written Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, and he will tell you and teach you the difference between the brains, because if you really, really want to understand, remember I was talking about perspective of somebody else. You want to listen to somebody else's perspective before you even interject, because you need to learn their perspective and why they think and what they do and how they do it, because you already know yours. So you will understand better, you will communicate better, and then you'll be able to interact better. But anyway, that's where that is. So, but yeah, so when you see these double numbers and triple numbers, you really have to pay attention to them. You have to know the meaning. You can always Google them too to find out what their meanings are. However, you really need to know what they mean. Dr. John Gray, and it's Gray. But if you type in, and he's on YouTube all over the place, if you type in Men Are From Mars, you'll see it. And his picture is younger. Why do people do that? He's got his young picture there, and he's now 70. So this dude has been around the block, and he also is not into just one religion. I say that he's not even into religion. He's been around the world. He's been around the block. Phenomenal mind about relationships, and he understands the biochemistry and can teach you how to do that. I listen to him all the time. I didn't know he was online. I mean, I read his books way back when I was in my early 30s, and I'm not going to tell you how old I am now. But he's online, and he does hours, 2 hours, and you can join in. It's great. It's great. It's great to have interaction with some of these people to get your questions answered. But that's the reading today. I hope that was helpful a little bit, Sky. I don't know if it was or not. And I'm glad that you did recognize that you needed to go separate ways, because if you're up and down, it's not going to work out. Let the divine bring somebody to you, because then that really is. But if you're masculine, then definitely, the divine will show you who you should be with in your next journey. All right. All right. Thank you, guys. I hope you guys have a really good week. See you on the 26th. If you subscribe and hit the bell, you'll see me for the full moon reading. And then we'll talk about the retrogrades and the lunar eclipse. And then don't forget to watch the dailies every morning. And those are loaded, I think, around 3 in the morning, because I have people from around the world that watch occasionally. So I want to make sure that they get it in the morning as well, so that they can have the first thing. So, all right. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a great day, and have a good week. And be mindful when the full moon comes in. Walk in absolute truth and love. Take care. Thanks, Kai, for stopping in.